cut off last time. I don't know why, but um, so hard to get back to what I was saying. uh, I need to finish up what I wanted to say about identity. Um, and I want everybody to get something from these videos, whether they are ready to awaken but have never been exposed to any of this, spirituality or UFOs or conspiracies or anything regarding the truth of the world. Um, there's also people who are going through an awakening and they're doing research, and depending on what their focus is and all that, there's a lot of people just spinning their wheels wondering you know what the details are, who's who as far as all the different cultures and civilizations out there. uh, did anyway, all these little details, people are just spinning their wheels, and that's on purpose. But what I like to do is just basically look at it from a different standpoint. Look at simplify it, keep everything basic. Um, Basically, like for instance, what is going on? What is the truth of the world? Um, I'll tell you what it is quickly, and then you can do research along those lines, you know, in other places. If you catch these videos, it's a good thing. Kind of lost my train of thought here, but you're gonna get bits and pieces from lots of different places. It's the continuing search that is part of your development, and hopefully those who are awakening do uh, are driven like I was. I mean, because like I said, there's a lot of different people in different uh, areas of or categories of awakening. I mean, ready to awaken, fully awakened. I mean, anywhere in between, and everybody's different. We're all unique. That's the more I learn about the universe and who and what we are. I mean, the more fascinating it becomes. And the more you know, the more questions you know to ask. So it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and more complex if you want it to. But no matter the complexity of anything you look at, you can keep it simple. I always fall back to a simple framework. Frequency, um, and which I will describe when I get to that. So now I need to wrap up the importance of identity in evolutionary terms, and actually in other terms. Identity is the key to a lot of understanding human behavior. How somebody sees themselves is, a big determinant on how they're going to act, the state of being they have. So basically, I was talking before about how here on Earth we have a earthly identity. It's a combination of the experiences and resulting choices and causality, which have built that character. Now, you also have a higher self um, character, and like I said before, sometimes when you go through awakening, and I see this within myself, is that sometimes your earthly identity has a lot of your higher self identity intermixed with it, depending on your level of awareness. Now, even when I was young, when I look back, I had a high level of emotional intelligence. So a lot of it is innate knowledge or understanding, even innate habits, that you have developed over many lifetimes. I think a lot of that leaks through, really depending on your soul level, how old your soul is, basically. That's what I mean by soul level. The only thing that separates any two souls is experience. We are all fractals of Prime Creator. No one is, and this helps you understand, all the religious mumbo jumbo and whatnot. I mean, any being who claims to be superior to other beings and wishes to rule them, I mean, that if you know the reality of the universe, that is just not possible. You know that that's false because all beings are a fractal of the one. So there's no better fractal than another fractal. I mean, a fractal is a fractal. It represents the whole. So all souls are equal and they have equal potential. Now, the difference that you see in different beings is, what do they do with that potential? What aspects of intimate or infinite potential do they pronounce? Do they focus on? You can be whatever you want to be. You can be as smart as you want to be. Um, Basically, you choose. You really do create your reality by what you choose to think about, what you choose to create with your thoughts. And that's another thing that I'll talk a lot about is that, you know, those of you that, have been studying the whole spiritual movement and awakening, if you want to call it that, have heard it a lot. I mean, basically well, I can't say all, but pretty much every source that is of a spiritual nature um, talk about how our thoughts create reality. I mean, that's an ongoing theme, and I see it as the truth. Still a distortion, but it's kind of hard to change the way I talk based on, I don't know, the way I think. I guess. I mean, I'm thinking in a new way, but I still am using an old language, and it's kind of hard sometimes. Um, and sometimes I kind of like it's kind of like having an identity crisis. I guess. I don't know. It's strange sometimes. I find myself when I'm talking, I correct myself or I stop to think, because it kind of sounds weird. Because my awareness and consciousness is growing pretty fast on a daily basis. So anyway, I lost my train of thought, which I'm going to do a lot. So hopefully you can deal with that. I'll get better at this, obviously, as I go along. Sorry, I'm moving around so much, my back kind of hurts. um, so identity is important, and it really, I see identity as a format. If you know anything about computers, a hard drive needs to have a format to put the information on it in a certain way.